Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Shtottara Satashri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Prabhupada Anugha Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Can you listen this fan, please? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading today from Bhagavad Gita as it is, from chapter 2, text 70. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudram apaha pravishanti yadvat tadvat kama yam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti nakamakami. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. A person who is not disturbed by the incessant flow of desires that enter like rivers into the ocean, which is ever being filled but is always still, can alone achieve peace, and not the man who strives to satisfy such desires. Purport: although the vast ocean is always filled with water, it is always, especially during the rainy season, being filled with much more water. But the ocean remains the same, steady. It is not agitated, nor does it cross beyond the limit of its brink. That is also true of a person fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one has the material body, the demands of the body for sense gratification will continue. The devotee, however, is not disturbed by such desires because of his fullness. A Krishna conscious man is not in need of anything, because the Lord fulfills all his material necessities. Therefore he is like the ocean, always full in himself. Desires may come to him like the waters of the rivers that flow into the ocean, but he is steady in his activities, and he is not even slightly disturbed by desires for sense gratification. That is the proof of a Krishna conscious man, one who has lost all inclinations for material sense gratification, although the desires are present, because he remains satisfied in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. He can remain steady like the ocean, and therefore enjoy full peace. Others, however, who want to fulfill desires even up to the limit of liberation, what to speak of material success, never attain peace. The fruitive workers, the salvationalists, and also the yogis who are after mystic powers are all unhappy because of unfulfilled desires. But the person in Krishna consciousness is happy in the service of the Lord, and he has no desires to be fulfilled. In fact, he does not even desire liberation from the so-called material bondage. The devotees of Krishna have no material desires, and therefore they are in perfect peace. Om Tat Sat. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam. This example speaks about a ocean, Sagara, and it says that achala pratishtam. Chala means moving, achala means not moving. Pratishtam means solidly situated, established. Ocean, whatever happens to it, it rains, other rivers flow inside, it's very huge, doesn't get disturbed, it doesn't overflow, it doesn't dry up, it remains the same. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudram apaha pravishyanti yadvat. Apa means water, samudra means the sea. Whenever water enters, it doesn't get disturbed, it doesn't overflow. Tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti nakama kami. Similarly, the mind of a bhakta, devotee, is like the ocean, very vast, calm and not disturbed. Many rivers are flowing into the sea, and some are gushing down, some come with big force, but the ocean level is not going up or down because of that, because it's very vast. Similarly, although desires will be coming, which is natural in this world, we are having this material body, we are having these material senses, and the senses contact the objects, and some desires may come. But the bhakta, the devotee, he does not get disturbed by the desires. He does not go chasing the desires, trying to satisfy them and enact them. He is peaceful. The desires are so small that they become insignificant when they reach the large framework of the ocean. So because a devotee is absorbed in bhakti, love for God, his desire is all oriented towards love for God. You know, when somebody falls in love with somebody, they are always thinking about that person. Every time they eat, they are thinking, I want to eat with him, with her. Every time they smell a flower, they are saying, I want to give this to her. They are always thinking like that, absorbed in the other person whom they are fallen in love with. So any other small thing happens in between, it doesn't disturb them very much. other small things. They don't care, they don't attend to. They may not go write the exam, they may not take food, they may not take bath. What is important is falling in love and enjoying that. Same way, a person who is in love with God, Bhakta, for him all these small desires coming up will not affect him, because his much larger desire is being satisfied. So it is not uncommon for us to have desires. Human being in this material world, conditioned soul, will have desires. It's natural. But how you deal and manage with the desires, that is very important. If your mind is already fixed in the absolute truth, the mind is already spiritually oriented, then you will see all these desires will become toothless fangs. It is mentioned, like a snake, if its teeth and tongue are taken away, what is the use of the snake showing you like this, making you afraid? You can slap the snake because it cannot sting you. So when your senses are actually troubling you, but you are not interested in enjoying, they become like toothless serpents. We don't care about them. So for a devotee who is absorbed in bhakti, all his senses tempting him, let us do this, let us do that, they become toothless serpents. The proposal you are giving me through my sense is not as good as what I am already enjoying in bhakti. It has to be something so good that I will turn from here and attend to you. It is not so good. In fact, it is very insignificant. Therefore, I don't care for these desires. Material desires become completely insignificant. It's not that it is not there. It is there. But it becomes insignificant, ineffective. Why? Because you are absorbed in the supreme object, Krishna. This is what is mentioned here. So, ocean example is very interesting, because an ocean is very vast. When you associate with a vast person, that is the Supreme Lord, then your mind, your consciousness, everything expands unlimitedly. And all these desires all become very insignificant and small. If you are not associated with the Supreme Absolute Truth, Krishna, then your consciousness and everything become very small. These desires become very big. They become relatively very big and they will trouble you. They will trouble you. So people think that we should become desireless. It's not possible. As long as the soul is there inside this body in the material world, there will be desire. Desire management should be understood. How to manage your desire? Because at every point of time, so many funny thoughts are coming in your head. Let us do this, let us do that, let us do this. Pushings, promptings. You're getting so many prompts from material nature. If you want to use Chat GPT nicely, they will teach you prompt engineering. How to prompt the Chat GPT so that you will get the correct response. How to get prompted. So you are getting prompts from material nature, from the three gunas. But also you are getting prompt from the super soul in the heart, from the Paramatma in the heart. Tatte anukampam susamikshamaanaha bhunjana evatma kripam vipakam tadvag vapubhir vidadan namaste jivet mukti pade sadaya bhag. It's mentioned very nicely. In terms of understanding, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, A lot of things are going on in the hall. Can't speak. Yeah, so I mentioned the wrong shloka. It is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna says, I situated in their heart, I will actually shine and light the lamp of knowledge in the heart for that person who is connecting with me. And I will destroy ignorance in the heart. I will destroy the ignorance in the heart. So, if you connect with the Lord, then ignorance is destroyed in the heart, and your heart starts expanding because you're accommodating love of God gradually, and you become more broad, you become fully engaged in devotional service, and you are desiring very much to enjoy a relationship with Krishna. You become very busy with that. Krishna is not an ordinary person. It is not like falling in love with here and there and falling out of love. So many times we do that. But falling in love with the Supreme Absolute Truth Personality of Godhead is a very special thing. Once you do that in Bhakti, then you are fully absorbed. Nothing else in this material world will be interesting. Nothing else in the material world will be interesting. That is the meaning of saying, Nakama Kami. I am a person capable of desiring, but now I got hold of the topmost thing and I am desiring that. Small desires I can't attend to. They don't bother me. I am not interested in them. The story of Bilva Mangala Thakur, in that you will see that Bilva Mangala Thakur is a great personality, very rich, very powerful. He fell in love with this prostitute called Chintamani, and he was coming to see her every now and then. In a rainy, stormy night also he came, but slowly she became a devotee. She was a devotee, although she was a prostitute. And one day she told him, if I was like you, means I would have long back focused on Krishna and achieved in the male body. Why are you hanging around behind me like this? And she spoke ill of him. What a fellow you are. That shows that she was really a devotee, although she was getting income from this person. She told, you are a useless fellow. Because her devotion was increasing. So when he heard this from a prostitute, he felt very insulted on one side. The other side, he felt great affection for her also. But then he made a decision. Actually, what she's telling is correct. And then the story goes that he wanted to go to Vrindavan and be there forever. So he, on the way to Vrindavana, he again feels this desire of Chintamani by seeing another lady, a Brahmana's wife. Oh, how nice time I had with Chintamani, now I have decided to leave it, so he's again. Then he understood that it is because of my eyes. I am able to see again and again, think of that lady, whomever I see I feel so and so. So he took a decision. I have already taken a decision to come away and be in Vrindavan and become devotee fully. This is troubling me. So he took her hairpin and plucked his eyes out. Simply plucked his eyes out. Took a decision and plucked his eyes out. The great story. And then he said, hereafter Krishna, I am completely dedicated to you. I don't want anything to stand in between. I want no desire to stand in between. You are the supreme object of my love. All these chota Chintamani and all those things are nothing. This way he went to Vrindavan, blind. And Krishna personally came to look after him as a young boy, Balakrishna. He played with him, He, gave him all the things that he requires, and in this way he was so happy. He was very, very happy in Vrindavan because Krishna was personally attending, but he did not know it is Krishna who was attending to him. So it's a very beautiful story that he will attain the highest goal, Bhakti. So sometimes devotees know this and they take a drastic decision to stop with all these pestering small desires which you have to attend to, and unable to attend the main business of life. The goal of life is to achieve love of God. And if now many things are disturbing it, I must take a decision to do something. Right? So after that, Bilumangal Thakur became so peaceful, so happy. He wrote books. He did so many things. And then there is a shloka wherein he says, now that I have achieved the goal of my life, wherever I sit down, I cannot stop thinking of Krishna and enjoying his association, his company and reciprocation. Whenever I think of having material association with a woman, it means that desire still comes. My face becomes contorted and I spit at that thought. What a low-class desire I was involved in. And I spit. I never engage in that. But still the desire is coming. Even when he was in Krishna Bhakti, it was showing its head. But because he was absorbed in Krishna, Nava Nava Rasa Udhyatum Rantum Asid, I am enjoying newer and newer rasa, a relationship with Krishna. Every day, every moment I am so happy. When I think of Nari Sangamani, whenever I think of association with woman, I feel Sushtu Nishtivanam Cha. I feel like spitting at that thought. In this way, although this desire was coming, he was able to completely neglect it. Why? Because he was absorbed in love of Krishna. So love of Krishna is so powerful. All of us have a natural tendency to love Krishna, God. We are all lovers by nature. But now that has become suppressed. It has become suppressed because of our illusory engagement in this world in so much of different gratifications. So that's why that is the mind of a devotee. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam. Because that taste of association with Krishna and love of Krishna is so nice. It is so deep, so vast, that any other small thing coming here and there is of no value. It's very insignificant. So we see many wonderful devotees of the Lord promoted themselves from small miscellaneous desires which are troubling them so much and they are having a difficult time. They catapult themselves to love of Krishna and all these things disappear. All these things completely disappear. Because we have the capacity, we are made for that. Our design is meant for us to have association with the Supreme Lord. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayah Divya Chakshur Atatam Tad Vipraso Vipinyavo Jagruvagum Sasamindate Vishnuryat Paramam Padam. Paramapadam, wonderful Lord's lotus feet and association with Him is a reality. When we hear this, all of you may be thinking, but when I go back from here, I have to pay my taxes, tomorrow I have to go to work, I have to pay electricity bills, my wife will say these things to me, my husband will do this to me, and this will happen, that will happen. So many things are there to face. It seems very idealistic that I am talking this. Actually, devotees, in this situation only they are devotees. Same things that we are talking about, we are afraid of, inside that only they are devotees. In spite of these things happening to them, they are very happy inside. Why? Because they have fallen in love with Krishna. You may be thinking, it is not practical. No, it is the only practical thing. What we do in this world is actually impractical. Many things we try to do. But it is very natural for us to fall in love with God. Mamaivam sa jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana. So Bhagavad Gita describes repeatedly, Krishna is describing about his devotee. How he escapes all these things. How he is very happy. How he is safe. Because he is with me. In a loving affair with me. So this is a reality. We can fall in love with Krishna. It is not something that will not happen. You have to start doing it. So that is why we get to know about Krishna first. Who is Krishna? How does he look? What does he do? What are his activities? What are his teachings as given in the Bhagavad Gita? So the more we read these, the more we get impression of such a person, he must be like this, like that. And gradually we start appreciation for him. Then we get familiar. The more we read and more we understand, the more we perform devotional service, bhakti yoga, then gradually we fall in love. It is very natural for the soul to be attached, just like it is very natural for a child to be in love with the mother, with the father. Natural affection he has. So, that is why the Bhagavad Gita speaks a lot, continuously, constantly. Throughout, Krishna is speaking about relationship with him in bhakti, which is most important. He speaks about karma, he speaks about jnana, he speaks about yoga, but every time he keeps saying, but if you fall in love with me, if you become my bhakta, everything is included in that. Every solution is possible. Krishna bhakti koile sarva karma krita hoya. This is called faith. If I fall in love with Krishna and start doing devotional service, everything will become all right. A devotee has got that faith. That is why Krishna consciousness, bhakti, religion, all these things have got to do with the heart. You can't measure it with the intellect. People try to understand Bhagavad Gita through the intellect. They miss the point. They will get gyan, they will get matter, this thing and all that. Understanding. But they will not be able to experience what the Bhagavad Gita is telling, what Krishna is telling. For that you have to have a personal one-to-one relationship. Relationship means commitment. Relationship means willing to agree and follow certain things. Then only we can have a relationship. Relationship also has got certain subtle agreements. When we want to have a relationship with some person, certain things we do. What he tells me, I don't go and tell everybody else. Then my relationship is broken. Isn't it? There are some conditions in relationship. If you want the relationship to be nice, if you want it to be expanding, if you want it to go nicely, then there are certain conditions on both sides. Guhyam, confidential, and certain conditions. I don't judge you, you don't judge me. Then only I can speak to you openly. And you can hear me. I feel very good that you heard me and without any judgment. And you feel very good, I heard you. In this way our relationship grows. So in the material world there are some conditions for relationship. When we break that relationship, everything is spoiled. So we are very careful. We don't get angry, we don't do anything wrong so that we want that relationship. Because in this world, actually we live for those type of relationships. If that is not there, life becomes very dry, mechanical. So these relationships are the real juice of life. I have a relationship with my father, with my mother, with my sister, with my brother. Therefore, I am happy to serve them in some way, bring a gift for his birthday and make him happy. I feel very happy, you're happy. It's because of relationship. And for the sake of that, for my family, for my children, for my husband, for my wife, for my children, I'm willing to work very hard and earn money. And then give them this facility, that facility, make you happy. When you are happy, I feel very happy. And you know that I've tried to work hard and make you happy because I love you. I become more happy because of that. In this way, these are the real, actual juice of life. If we don't have relationships with anybody, then you'll commit suicide. What's the use of living? Some people commit suicide because all my relationship broken. Everybody mistaking me. No use of living, no use of earning so much money. Commit suicide, shoot myself. People are like that. Right? So, relationship with God, with Krishna, the Supreme Person, how will it be? In the material world itself, it is like this. How juicy it will be. How juicy it will be. That's why Krishna is saying, Manmana bhava madbhaktaha madhyaji mam namaskuru. Become my devotee, then you will know what I am telling you. You will become very happy. We'll have a relationship together. Between me and you. Nobody else interfering in between. You will become very happy. So this is the message of the Gita. We should develop our relationship with God, with Krishna. And it becomes very enjoyable and you feel full. Now I am a complete personality. I am a full, complete personality. Yayatma suprasiddhati. The Atma becomes very happy. Actually, everybody is not complete, unwholesome, and wanting this only. But they are looking for it in different places and they are not getting that. Love of Krishna is what you need. That is the message of the Gita. So that is why in Kali Yuga, that same Krishna has come as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he's made it very simple. I want to have a relationship with you. I'm making it very easy for you. You just chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Immediately our relationship will start growing. And you will become happy. I am also very eager. In this way, a simple process of bhakti initiated by chanting of the holy name is given to us by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, if we take this simple vow to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, you will become instantly very happy and you will establish a relationship with Krishna. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.